Continues to lead as we look at the standings after 3 rotations, and the only change after the second rotation is that Brett McClure and Raj Bhavsar have exchanged spots. Well, while they continue to fight it out for this championship, let's take it a couple of steps further. Look ahead to the Worlds, look ahead to next year's Olympics. And Elfie, where do the American men stack up, not just in this country, but internationally?
Well, I think what's interesting, Dan, is that 5 out of the 6 team members from Sydney are here. They're still competing, but of course, with all that experience, that doesn't guarantee them a spot on the world or Olympic team. You now have the ability to use some event specialists, and you know, those roles could really be filled by some of the young blood that's coming up in this system. I think they're in great shape to win a medal.
Well, Tim, the last time the American men won an Olympic medal, have to go all the way back to when you competed in 1984. You like their chances a little bit better now, though, don't you?
I do, a lot. You know what it comes down to over the last 2 Olympic Games, for this team to have won a medal in the team championships, a lot had to go right. This group today is so good, I think a lot has to go wrong for them not to win a medal.
In the meantime, at these championships, Blaine Wilson has just picked up a little bit of ground on Paul Hamm. In fact, 7/10 he picked up on the leader Hamm, and now really is just a fall away from taking over the top spot from the defending champion. And Jason Gatson remains in 6th, but he's looking to move up and get into that top 2 that make the world team. Back in a moment. Getting set for the 4th of 6 rotations, and Blaine Wilson getting ready for his next event, continuing to inch up on the leader, Paul Hamm. Wilson, an amazing 5 straight national titles, but that's not what it's all about anymore. With more on that, here's Andrea Joyce.
Well, Blaine Wilson would be happy to pick up another national title for himself, but winning this competition is not his top priority. Despite years of success, Wilson has never won an Olympic or World Championship medal of any kind over the years. So now he has developed tunnel vision, focusing his sights on those events. He told us it is the only thing that keeps him in the gym, and to help him maintain that focus, he's got a photograph of the Chinese Olympic gold medal team from 2000 hanging on the wall in his training gym, right where he can see it, a constant reminder of what he's working for.
The U.S. team was in China for a competition, and it was presented to them as a gift. It's actually a T-shirt with the picture of the Chinese Olympic team, and that really didn't fit all that well with Blaine. He's a very competitive sort.
Yes, but of course for the Chinese team, they thought that it was a lovely gesture on their part, right?
Some gift. Stare at this for a while. Raj Bhavsar on the high bar now.
You know, this kid he's quick, he's exciting, he's got some great skills, just lacking a little bit of form on this event, but he's got some exciting skills, especially the dismount.
But when you put the whole formula together on high bar, it just doesn't add up for Raj. He is really lacking in the difficulty and will struggle, believe it or not, even when he hits with this exercise, to make it into the 8s. Like you said, Alpha, great triple, but nowhere near enough juice in that set to bring in a big number.
Nevertheless, he's fun to watch, isn't he? Every time he thinks he's hit a routine, he comes off pumped.
Yeah, he's a dynamic kid and really tremendous in a lot of areas. This is an event where he would never be used by Team USA unless he upgrades a lot.
And remember, Raj was part of that 2001 silver medal winning team. Great experience behind him. Hopefully, as he gets set for 2003 World Championships, if he's on that team.
8.275 for Raj.
A little better than day 1, but once again, very low number.
The leader, Paul Hamm, after the subpar ring routine, getting ready for the vault.
And his coach, Stacy Maloney, told me that both Paul and Morgan could have been much better day 1 on vaulting. They went back to their gym. They did some drills. He said it was such an asset, really, to have the national championships in their hometown. They used it. A great vault, super power. Very, very clean.
Now, if you're coming in at the end, you gotta like start opening up. That's basically it, okay? Great height, you gotta open up.
Telling him he
sooner.
needs to just open his body a little bit prior to the landing. He holds on to this tight twisting position, and it rotates him just a little bit too much. You'll see he's a little closed right there. He steps outside of the line with 1 foot. It's a 1/10 of a point deduction.
So a 9.625 on the first vault, and Hamm's going to give it another try. Again, one of the options that the American men have these days in the vault.
If you do a hard enough vault, and that was one of the vaults that does qualify. Just the landing. He's looking to get his feet right.
Looks like a carbon copy, kind of like identical.
You know, you got to remember this is really a difficult vault, as Tim mentioned, and it's a blind landing on top of all that, just knowing the exact timing of when to land and try to stick.
It was better. Get 965.
And this is, of course, a USA rule. It was put in place to get Team USA a little bit stronger, a little bit more aggressive on the vaulting where they thought they were weak.
So Blaine Wilson perhaps can move even a little closer to the leader, Hamm. Wilson in second place after amassing those 5 straight national championships from 96 through 2000. I mean, he owned these national championships.
Well, you know, he told me that, Tim, I don't want to be considered the best gymnast the USA ever had and not win a world or Olympic medal. I can't have that happen.
And, of course, an injury kept him off that 2001 World Championship team. Of course, they won the silver medal, and that really burned him. That's part of his motivation, hoping for this summer, this team to get back on the podium.
Tricky combination right here, a hop full turn. That's going to cost him right there. He loses a little bit of support on the bar. Gymnastics 101, the knees bend or the arms bend. You're going to get a deduction. Yeah, that was actually a pretty good save. He could have easily come off the bar. This is his release skill. Beautiful laid out Kovacs. Still a relatively new element for Blaine. Does it very nice, and then he connects to a Roboco to one arm.
Roboco. Well, it all boils down to a 9.2 for Wilson. Not great. And the number for Paul Hamm will be the number he registered on his first vault, a 9.625, as his second vault at a 9.55. Here is Jason Gatson again, and he's got some strong events to end this competition, Tim and Elfie, so Gatson looking to move up in those top 2 spots.
And his mount is absolutely incredible. First time I saw him do this, I was like, you can't do this. You can't raise your body up like that and hold that position. And I'll tell you, the one area when Jason was younger, prior to his knee injuries, where he struggled were the static strength holds like this. But because of the surgeries and because he was always rehabilitating, the one thing he could go and do every day is get into the gym and pump out more strength. And he is gone from actually being a relatively weak gymnast to a monster. I mean, this is a world-class exercise right here.
And a solid routine for Gatson as he looks to move up.
I don't know where they're going to get deductions, to be honest. That was fantastic. Great routine.
He's been kind of stuck in that 6th spot.
A little bit legs. Could be much better.
Morgan Hamm comes into this rotation in the 3rd spot as he gets ready for the vault.
Get up on the bar, let's do it!
And you hear that right there. That he said get up on the board. He was hitting back on the board, which doesn't give you as much spring. A little better. Actually, a very good vault, just that deep squat on the landing and the step back, but better than day one.
You think so or not?
They're talking about whether they should do another vault.
All right. You just need...
I don't know if I can do it.
No?
No.
Well, it appears here that Morgan's going to take this one, Tim.
Yeah. Stacy wants him to do another one, but Stacy's not the one that's got to run down there and get it done.
So we'll get the lone attempt for Morgan, the score when we come back. Morgan Hamm just wanted the one vault, and there was the score he earned, a 9.5. So we are through 4 of 6 rotations. And Morgan Hamm remains in the 3rd spot. No change at the top, but Paul Hamm did pick up better than 0.4 of a point on Blaine Wilson, so the leader got out a little bit more ahead.